Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky at Whimsy Creations and it's a lovely sunny Saturday here, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your weekend, and if for some unknown reason you're not, let's hope this makes you feel better. We're just going to have a fun Saturday, very satisfyingly embellishing. We're going to spend an hour doing some embellishing. That's pretty much all we've got to do, or all I've got to do anyway. So I thought that would be nice and relaxing, and you can have me on the background or whatever you want, just to enjoy a bit of time together. So got you a slightly different angle today. I hope you get to see a bit more. I was a bit concerned the other day when I was doing that big glam one that you couldn't see very well. So I don't know if you could. I haven't checked it yet. As always, I'm slurping a cup of coffee. Just finished my lunch. So we're working on some, I think there's a possibility I might finish this today. So just a quick recap on how far we've got, or how far I've got. That's the front page. And then we've got this in here. That's got a card and a writing spot. I think I'll probably go down and ink those as well. And then we've got this little flap down here. Oh, they've caught over. I might get a little stencil out. I think I'll get my little brush out, my frayed burlap brush. I'm picking out every one except frayed burlap. It's always the way, isn't it? Oh, ground espresso, walnut stain, vintage photo, frayed burlap, my dusting brush. So yeah, just going to go through and see what we've got, and then we'll start at the beginning and do any more embellishing. This one's pretty much finished, but as you can see, this needs a bit of embellishing. And it's got a cup. Everything should have 2 in it, but some of these have just been chucked in, so I know I've got enough. I've decided I might put some writing paper on all of these. I haven't decided yet fully. Bit embellishing. I put that there. That's to go on there, just to break up the page a bit. Another one. That one's nice, isn't it? I like that one. Again, writing. Every other page is a writing page. These need something doing to them as well, and that's going on there. I can put it over this side. It doesn't really matter. To embellish this a bit more, take up. That's nice. And then I've got this last pocket to go in here, and I've got a couple of tags here, so that we could do that when we get there. And then yeah, this is going on here, just to break up the page, but you can write on it. And oh, we've got 2 here. I might just put 1 on for now and put 1 at the front, just at least so you can write in. You can write in this bit, you see. So you know, got a bit more of the table showing, a bit less of, and not the gluing area, because you don't really need to see my gluing pages. So yeah, that's where we've glued those in. Glued those in. That's pretty much finished. That definitely needs a lot of ink, but what I did do the other day was I did this back bit here, because this hadn't been done. It just had that in, pretty much it. So there's this little flappy thing up here that it's got stuff in, and there's a pocket there as well. Thinking about putting half a Velcro dot on there. You'd have to open it before you could get these out, but I think that's interesting, and that would just fit there. This has got some stuff in the pocket, and you've got your bookmark there. Not your bookmark, your pad that comes out, and you can put a new one in, and then there's the back cover. So that's where we're at. Let's just find a page for you. You can go in here. There we are. I just thought these double writing pages could do with a bit of breaking up, because they were very bare. So I thought each one could have an additional writing page on it. So, excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. First of all, on this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of frayed burlap on the back here, just to take the edge off. I'm not actually going to stencil anything. I don't think it needs it really. Just a little bit of, it doesn't even have to be brown. I just want to take that harsh whiteness off it. That will do fine. Yep, and we put that back in there. Let's put it with the flower up so we can see it. You can see all the way over here. So that's that done. Let's check these two. Yes, this needs a bit of something, doesn't it? And just sort of going to each page now and seeing what I can do to finish that page off completely. I mean, the hour goes very quickly, doesn't it? So the chance of us getting completely finished, I always say that. And it always takes a lot longer than I expect, but I am going to write the time down. There we go, we'll write it on here. I know that clock's an hour out, but it doesn't matter. I do an hour, so as long as I've got an hour off that clock. I went to try and change it a little while ago when the clock's changed here. We're in British summertime now. And that one, I could not get that one to change at all. It took me a long time to set up when I first got it. And I only got it to do my timing of my videos. That's the only reason I bought it. Because I don't wear a watch, so, you know. Yeah. And long as I can work out an hour on it, it doesn't really matter what time it says, to be perfectly honest. And I do know it's exactly 1 hour out, so. And I've also decorated this with a bit of washi and some bits, and we have 2 of these in here. Oh, I've inked that one, but I think we'll go around again with some bit of dusting. Doesn't have to be dark. Just a little bit. There we are. That's those 2 bits done. Put that back in there. A bit of writing for you. Not everything has to be, you know, a solid journal card. You know, there's no reason why you can't have some paper in here as well. Turn you around, do the other side. Oops. I've never made a journal like this. I'm really pleased with the way it's come out, I must say. Very pleased. I'm turning these upside down so you can see the flowers. So what I did with these was, when I printed off those, I put it back in my printer and just printed off some generic lines. What I should have done was done my coffee dyed lines, but I didn't. I just did normal ones. So that's that. I've got lots of stuff around me. I've got my scissors out, a ruler out ready, and glues and everything. Got a new art glitter as well, so that's good. There. I don't think we need to do anything else to that. That's done. So this one next. Right, let's ink that before we do anything else. Got another one here. And then we'll get on with embellishing these 2 tags and the page. I'll do the page first. So I want a little something up in this corner, I feel. That's what I'd like. A little bit of a collage up there. You go over there, and let's put you in so you can see the flower. That's it. Put you on one side now. We probably will need you again, so we'll leave that there. So I'm going to do these 2 have got to come out and be embellished. Yeah, I want something. Let's actually put those in so I have some idea. Sorry, I'm putting those back in so I have some idea what it looks like together. Right, something here I want. So I've got all my little bits out ready for collaging. So let's have a look what we've got. I want something over just a small little collage. I think some of these bits are a bit big. Oh, that's quite nice. Let's see if we can embellish this. So that could go there. We could have a bit of washi behind. It's a very dark page. I think I'll have a bit of paper behind instead. We'll have some paper. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's get this one out. I put them in clips because they were just going everywhere. It's driving me mad. So how about one of those down there? I like that down there. That there. Yep. And we'll put put a butterfly on, I think. Oh, we've got a burgundy one down there. They're exactly the same. I don't want two exactly the same. How about this brown one? Butterfly, maybe. Needs to be glued down, so. And a label, I think. Not a tag, a label. Some numbers. Oh, how about something like this? I like that. That butterfly's too big. Don't like that. What else have I got here? I've got a small, let me just move it over so we can all see a lot better. That's smaller, and that one's smaller as well. It's a bit smaller. That brown one was just too, yes, that's better. That may be a diddy one. Where's my diddies? Here are my diddy ones. Yeah, we'll put that together and then we'll put a diddy one on somewhere. I'm happy with that. So let's glue this on first. I'm going to glue it the whole way down as well. This file's not having any lace or ribbon or anything, so I think a paper border is nice. Come down here. We're going to have to put some more glue on you now, because I've just got it over the top a bit and not quite at the bottom. Might have to redo gluing. We'll see how that goes. If it comes off, I'll put some more glue on it. Right, I don't really know. This needs, no, that doesn't need inking at all. Let's put some glue on this one. I love faffing around with bits of paper and embellishing. I think it's one of my favourite parts of journal making. It's very therapeutic and relaxing, I think, just potting around with random bits of paper, you know, and seeing what you come up with, you know, that's fun. Yeah. So, oh, I've got a new start to finish for you. Nobody said they didn't want another one, so I thought I'd do another one. It's not a journal. Well, it is sort of a journal. It's more of a, it's what I would call a folio journal. So I'll show you it before we finish today. At the end, I'll show you my copy, the one I made to experiment, really. Well, I made one and I liked it, so I made a proper one with all the measurements and everything, and covered it and everything, matte and laid it, and I was very pleased with the outcome. It has 2 signatures, so yeah, it's a very usable piece of writing stuff, but very pretty as well. I just want a diddy number or word I think, because how about confidential? There. Beep, beep. A little bit of embellishing in that corner. I don't want to go over that. That says figure 7 there. I know you can't see it on camera because it's minuscule, but it does say figure 7 there. That's that. Now these two need some work. These are finished, I believe. Yes, they're all inked and finished. Now, do I want to do anything more to these? I think I'd like to put a little bit of a number on there. Let's see what numbers I've got. I don't want to put a purple one on. How about, that would look quite nice there. Or maybe a small flower. Flower in a vase there. How about that? No, I like that. Let's do that to this pocket then. There is a chance I'll run out of little embellishing bits, but we'll see. I can always print more. That is the advantage with the printed ones, of course, is you can print them as often as you want, but I'll probably just go to my stash because I try not to repeat anything if I can help it. And we'll pop you, little fellow, on. Oops, and that slipped off my gluing page. There we go. These are just random bits and bobs, tidbits and things. There. Get rid of that gluey page. This one, I'm leaving that. I quite like that as it is. Right, we need, I didn't get this out, we just need to do these edges because they're not rounded. That one. There's not many, oh, come on, work. That's it. Not, let's leave that out. Many tags to do, I don't think. But I do like to put 2 in my pockets. Of all my journals, you normally find 2 and everything. Unless it's a really big, thick, bulky one, I don't like to put 2 in. It's just, I don't know, it's always the way I just like people to get their money's worth, you know. And I sometimes think one little thing looking a bit lonely on its Todd. So a little something on these 2. They went that way around, didn't they? Not that it matters. Let's see, what have I got in here? Oh, I've got a little flower. I saved that for a smaller one. Oh, that's nice. That just fits on. I'm going to leave that so you can see the writing. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know if that'll need much because it's got work. Can you see? Am I too low down? It's got words here and it's got a date up there, so it won't need much more than that. And this one, let's not put a flower on that one. Should we put a mushroom on this one? I've got some mushrooms and some birds. Oh, we could put a bird on. This green one's nice. A little green bird here, look, if I can get him out. Oh, I like those 2. And this again has got a lot of writing on, so I'm not going to put a whole load of labels and tags on. No, I don't want to spoil or cover up any of that writing. Just take the edge off there. A new glue page. There we go. That's all you need, really. Pop you there. I might put a little something on the bottom there just to anchor that flower. But the bird's got some leaves to anchor it down, so it doesn't need anything there. And where's my glue? There we are. Put you there. There we are. Pop you on that there. Oops. Let's move you over a fraction. I don't want to lose your beak. There we are. I think that's enough. Yeah, got all this lovely faint writing on it. Doesn't need much. Well, let's put a hole in it, shall we? So we can, they're ready then. I'm not sure that I'll be putting ribbon or anything in them, but I do like to, it's nice if they have a hole, isn't it, to put something. If somebody wants to put the tag, oh, I tore the, it didn't like that, did it? Let me, look what it's done, can you see? I've got some hole reinforcers somewhere. Let me just see if I can find, here they are. They weren't very far away, were they? I don't know why that pulled off, but a whole bunch of hole reinforcers here. So let's find something that goes. That would go. I'd put that on and then snip off the top. Yeah, I'll put that on. Gosh. There we are. That drawer so really needs sorting out. My son is going to, I've got those, you know, those plastic grid things that you can put, I don't know if they do them in America, but you can put them together and then make little squares in your drawer. Well, I've got them, but there's too much stuff in it. It worked perfectly until I took something out and everything sort of caved in. So anyway, my son has a 3D printer and he's going to print me, you know, he was the one that did, he made this for me, my son, and which I use a lot. I'm gonna put it over there because it's quite difficult to get away there. And it's going to do me grids in my pocket, in my drawers, so when I go down to get something straight out like this, it'll just go straight back in its little place, you know. So happy with that. Just want a bit of ink on there. There we are. That's that one. That I don't think I'm doing any more to. I'm not sure if I want something here. Do I want something rare? We've got this. That could go there. Actually, now I've put it there, I do want something there. Can you see this? There we go. I know you can see here, so you should be able to see it all right. Not sure if that's actually what I want to put there, but I want to put something there. No. It might well be that one. I've got a bigger thing here. Oh, I like that. That's a bit better. Goes sideways like those others. I'm going to ink that and put that there. I've already stamped it at some point, you know, ready for my stash, so we don't have to do any stamping or any extra numbers on that. I've already done it. I do need to have another stamping session, but I won't do that one on camera. I think I've done 2 on camera now, so you can go there. Just a little fun thing there, look. Well, yep, that's all right there on its own. Right, let's glue you on. Let's get some glue on you. Move my scissors out the way. And then we'll embellish the other side. I've got some little labels that say journal on them. I have. I might put some of those on. So, yeah, that's level. They're deliberately cut squiggly. Yeah, you wouldn't journal on that page, but you just see if I can scooch them out. Look, I do have a few, and you know I probably don't use words very much, but I do have some words, and I've got journal there. That's a journal. How many others have I got? Any old journal will do. I just thought it'd be quite nice to have journal on those ones that are plain, you know. Actually have, oh, we've got notes. We could put notes on one as well. What's this say? Grace. Right, where's my grateful, believe, blessed, beautiful, cherished date, family. Oh, there's journal, look, and notes. So we've got some journals in there. Yep, and we've got, they should belong in there. We'll leave the journal out, and should we leave the notes out as well? Yeah, let's leave the notes out as well. There we are. As you know, I don't use words. I don't use affirmative words very much in my generic journals. Not everybody needs affirming stuff, you know, and excuse me. And, you know, people can write in what they feel. If they feel they need affirmation, you know, they can write it in. I've got nothing against it. It's just not something I put in my journals very often. So let's start with notes. I think we'll start with the notes one. I've got some little ones in here as well, I think. No, that's the wrong colour. That colour might go. Yeah, let's use that colour. I don't like those typed ones. I don't want to use those. And then we've got these ones. So we'll use that little one to start with. Let's cut him out and we'll put him up. I might put him over here because it goes well over here. Let's cut him out. Oh, sorry, I've gone quiet, haven't I? I'm concentrating on my cutting. I'm not very, you probably noticed, I don't know how people, whoops, talk while they're working without losing their concentration now, without losing what they're talking about or what they're doing. If I do that, one of mine tends to go wrong. Usually my speech. Right, let's do journal for the other side. Put journal up there. But I want a few other bits on there first as well. I've got a lot of these journal ones. Yeah, we'll use that one. Let's use that one. Right. What else do I want in this corner? Let's see. I got a nice piece of... Let's see what I've got in here. We've just used a flower, so maybe not another flower. We've got some burgundies over here. How about something like this? That would look nice, wouldn't it? Maybe not that big. I think the journal's too big, actually. Let's get a small one out. Yeah, let's get this little one out. Sorry, probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm just getting a smaller one out. There it is. There's a small one. There. Let's get that one out. Yes. We'll put that there. That there. I might cut that down a bit. And we could have a flower or a butterfly. We've got a flower down there. So we could have a little butterfly. There we are. Let's pop this one on. Yep, liking that. Could do with lifting that up a bit, but so it's like this. And a couple of little tags. A couple of little, I want a number on there. Let's find a nice number. That's a very large number. I don't want, oh, what's this? That's a nice little number there. Whoa, whoa, stop swinging around. Up there. There. And maybe put you there and put you two there. No, I like it over there. Yep, we'll do that. I might put another little number on as well. Right, let's get you on first. Not gluey there, good. Just mini. I do have a few clusters ready made, but they're quite bulky. I do need to make some what I call thin clusters, you know, flat clusters, should I say, not thin. Let's just ink this. But this I think I've printed on, yeah, I have. I printed this on sticky back, so these are just ones I've made myself. I've just gone in my computer and printed it off with nice writing. Put you on, little fella. You up there. Ink this butterfly up. And put you on. And do we want anything else? This is the thing. Do we want anything else? Tiny, tiny, tiny something. How about no, don't like that. Don't like it. That would look quite cute, wouldn't it, up there? I'd have to make it stronger. Quite like that. It's not sticking. I don't want to stick right above. I quite like that. We would need to back it on something quite... I know what I could back it on. I've got some little bits of card down here. Back it on. Let me just try this. Just want to experiment with this idea. I'm going to stick it onto some card. Coffee dyed card, so it's coffee dyed on the other side. Right. Cut it out again. And put a little hole in it. Where are my scissors? There they are. Let's cut this out. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but with it being on card, it shouldn't bend too much. I mean, I know I could put a real one there, but if I'm going to put a real one there, I'd rather it was actually holding something down. So I'm just going to put this one here. Cut it out carefully. Oh yeah, that's worked. Give it a bit of ink. Tiny little, sorry, tiny little hole in the top there. There. Well, you put him there, on there like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use smart glitter though, because he's not all going on. Oh, that comes out fast. It's not upside down either, it's just I've just had to order a new metal tip because I'll show you in a minute. There. Too much glitter. There's on the top of these tips, there's a tiny thin piece on top, and mine disappeared inside when I was washing it, so I haven't been able to push it back out. So it's a bit heavy. The nozzle is a bit full on at the moment. Right, that's those two done. And look, it's not white on the back either. There, we can write on there. Yep, like that one. Right, what we got here? That one I'm leaving as is, and that one I'm leaving as is. So we'll do something with these two. And I'm not sure, just a little something on here, I think. I might put something down here. We shall see. I do need that. No, that's a little one. I need my big one. There we go. There we go. Trying to leave a few bits out that I'm using regularly. Let's do this one as well. Right. Ink these. I might have to buy a re-inker for my frayed burlap, because I do use it an awful lot. Put a little something on you two. I want to put a little something on this, maybe on here as well, and a little embellishment. Let's just do these two and we'll put them in, and then we've got some idea of what the whole page will look like then. All right. A little bit of paper. Have I got any papers already cut that I can use up? They're washes. Sorry, I'll be with you in a second. I'm just... Yes, I have. I've got a couple of bits of paper here. That's washi. That's a bit big for what I want, so we will go back to these. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. I only want a little bit. I can just tear a bit off. There we are. Put that across there. Yep. And ink it. Well, it's a bit long actually. Is that too long? A fraction, but I can just cut off that other end. I'm going to put that across there. Like that. I'll just cut that little piece off. There we are. So we're going to have a flower on this one. Ooh. That's a nice one, isn't it? Oh, I like that. Let's pop you on there. What should we have on here? I'm going to put a mushroom on here. So where's that? There it is. Let's put a bit of you on here as well. We'll just sort of hazard a guess and then we'll cut off the edges. So tell me, what's your favourite part of if you're a journaler and you make journals? What's your favourite part? And what if you don't make journals and you create other things? What do you like creating? And are you not a creator at all? There you go. Lots of questions to answer there. I know my friend Elaine watches a lot and she says she's not a crafter, but a lot of people think they aren't, but I think they probably could. You know, it's only getting your confidence up, because basically I personally think art is in the eye of the beholder, so I haven't actually put that on there yet, have I? So you can't really go wrong with art, because there's no, I mean, there are certain things that professionals will tell you are right or wrong. But honestly, I just think you do what you want to do. You know, yeah, I do. Big strong believer in just doing whatever you want. Oh, that's a nice little one. I like that. A bit big for this journal, a bit big for that card. Where's my other mushrooms? I haven't got many in here. There's a little one. Oh, and there's another little one. I'm going to leave that little one for even smaller tag and use this one. Yep, put you there. I am going to have to get some more ink on my sponge. There we go. So here we go. So at the moment we have the shabby glam going, and we have the glitzy red one going, my friend, and we have the small eclectic one going. We have this one, which is nearly finished, and we're just about to start a fifth, which is the start to finish of the folio journal. So quite a bit on the horizon, isn't there? And I want something on there. Let's see, what have I got in my little one? I'm looking through my diddies. These are my tiny ones. Got some numbers. Oh, the number 5 there shouldn't be there. It should be in the round ones. Let's put you in the round ones, and you. Don't know how they got in here. Note to self. How about that? I love that expression, note to self. We'll put you there. Return to sender. Nah, I'll put a number up there, I think. Yeah, one will have a number and one can have a note. Right. Oops. Diddy number. I don't want a dark number. I want a sort of medium. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I like that. Let's put that on. I do get through my little ones very quickly. But the thing is, the little ones are mixed in with the big ones. So if I want to print more little ones off, I have to print the big ones off as well. Which, you know, it's not helpful, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not putting holes in those two because they don't come with holes. Let's put you on the top. There you go, bird out there, that's there. And mushroom and butterfly there. Right, I want to put a little something on these two as well. No, that doesn't go. Got some books here. Quite like that. What else have we got? I don't know why there's a jar there. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, we have a pretty flower. That's nice. Right. Oh, that black's a bit harsh, isn't it? Da da dum 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 dum. Right there. Small butterfly there. Up there. Actually, I'm going to change that one for this one. Yep. And I'm going to put a little layer on the bottom of this one. And we're going to use, what should we use? Going to use a bit of this. Use a bit of this one. Or do I want this, or do I want, oh no, I might want washi. Some washi here. I quite like that. Let's put this on. I just got to trim it off because it's not all come out level when I cut it. I think I cut it with the guillotine and it's moved a bit. Right, goes to there. Pop this on the bottom here. This is this will be translucent, so it won't show that much, but I know it's there. There we are. Ink this. And then this is taking quite a bit longer than I expected, but hey ho. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. There is no rush on this sunny afternoon, this sunny Saturday afternoon. Satisfying sunny, oh dear, a lot of alliteration going on there. Let's PU1. I won't be embellishing all the pockets, it's just, I felt like embellishing this one. These two, should I say. I want a little butterfly up here, but these are all too big, so I'm just going to have a look at my little ones. Where are my little ones? There they are. They're my little ones. I just want a little one in here. Oh. Maybe you? Yeah. Get in there. You'll do nicely. So convenient just having my butterflies there, because it's like, you know, they're so sort of generic. They're not, you know, like very feminine or very masculine. They're very neutral, gender neutral, and they're lovely, you know. Right, the actual page. I think I'm going to put something down here. Or shall we do the other side? What side shall we do? I think we'll do this side, because that tends to be the side you turn from, isn't it? So let's do that side. Where's my bits of paper? What shall we use? Oh, shall we use this one? This stripy one? Use this one? Yeah, I think that'll look nice. I've just got to trim this a bit. It's just a... Well, actually, I'm not going to trim it. What I'm going to do is ink it instead. This I must have cut by hand, which is mad. Fancy cutting it by hand. It's a tiny bit at the bottom, but I'm going to wait until I've got it on, because I know what I'm like. I'll cut it too short. Blue page. Let's fold that one in half for now. Use that for something small. So this is basically what it's going to be like. You know, I'm just going to go to each page and see what it takes to finish that page off. Basically, that's what I'm going to do. Let's snip that bottom bit off. I don't know why I've got such an itchy nose. It's the top of my nose, you know, the outside of my nose that itches. Weird. I do have allergies, so it's probably because the sun's come out. But hey, I'd rather have the sun and an itchy nose. Right, what should we have up here? Let's have something up there. Ooh, that one was that side and that one was that side, so we'll go back to this side. Let's go back to this side. Let's put those in there. This is nice. It's quite large, but it's nice. I like that. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I'm putting that there. That was a snap decision, wasn't it? But I like that. I mean, you don't have to, obviously, embellish the pages. I just think it adds a little something. Little something. I do. As long as you stick them down well, just seeing the edge of the page, yeah, they won't interfere with these. They just become part of the page. And you know what I'm going to say. Handle with care. No, don't like that. Very large number 2. Quite like that. I cut it out, but quite like that. What else do I have here? What else? Why are you there? You're a circle. Get out. Oh, dear. Let me see. Oh, gosh, there's a lot underneath here that are good as well. Let me have these turned around. There we are. You couldn't see what I'm doing. Sorry. I had a load at the bottom, and I've just pulled them to the top instead for a change. Otherwise, you end up only looking at the ones at the top. That's nice. Yeah. I like that number 2 as well, but I like that. No, not so much for the two. I don't want to cover up any of that writing. I'm going to cut the white off though, because I'm fussy like that. I don't know where this number 2 came from. Probably from a Pink Monarch Prince. Yeah, I just like that. I don't know why. I like that big number, so my sticky pages are stuck together. I'm going to put that there. And I think I'm going to call it, that's going to be it. I'm not going to put any more else on this one. There. Yeah, that is sufficient. Hello, what have we got here? Ah, so where did the other one go? Let me just check the other side. That went on that side, so shall we put this one on this side? Just to make it look different, you know, just to spruce it up. Does it need inking? No. Glue. Let's glue you on. So we've got a little bit more time, so we can get a bit more done. Did you have a nice Easter? I had a lovely Easter, thank you. Not that you were asking, but I'm telling you. There we are. Going to have some more coffee though. I sorted out my, you know, so any of you caught the video from a few days ago? I had my bank account hacked, and I've managed to get it all sorted now, which is very nice. Nice feeling to have it sorted. That's a big bit. This is a writing page. I don't know if I want to put something huge on here. Let's see if I've got anything smaller. That's nice. And these flowers are massive. That's nice. I don't know where that's in there, but that's nice. I'll put that over there. That is not massive though, is it? It's quite nice, isn't it? Wouldn't want one of those with it though, would we? I like a nice piece of paper under it, maybe. Don't think anything here is going to work. Oh, I know what might work. One of these might work. Oh, throwing them around. Let's see, what have we got here? I think I prefer this. I don't want anything big on it. No, it's too big. Like I said, I don't want anything big on it and promptly go and put something huge on it, but no, that's not doing it for me. I prefer it without. Get back down there. Do we want a strip down? I think that's what it's missing. A lot of them are going to have strips down, so I think that's what I'll do. In fact, that one hasn't, but virtually a lot of them will have, so I'm going to put a strip down there. But as it's so pale, I think I'm going to use a washy one. So, because it doesn't show up on dark, but it will show up on this one. Shall we have that one? We've got lines going over there, or shall we have that one? Let's have this one. Let's have this pretty one here. Right, let's peel that off and put it on. There we are. Sorry, had to concentrate a bit there. Yeah. Where did that bit? There it is. And then we're going to ink this a little bit. Don't want it heavily inked. And then I'm going to put a couple of journal-y words on, I think. That's nice. Oh, I did put journal and notes on that one, so let's do something similar, but not exactly the same. Put notes on that one up there. Yeah, that looked nice. And find a journal over here. A journal over here. open. No, too big. Let's find something smaller. Oh, that notes one shouldn't be in there. There's some white ones. I don't know if I want a white one. I made these as well, but I don't like them very much, so I don't know why I just don't take them out, 'cause I don't like them very much. Have I got any more brown ones left? Or yes, there's one. And there's another one. Let's get that one out while I found it. And that one out while I found it. And that one out. I did these ones as well. They're with a stamp pad. That one's quite a nice one too. Right, let's use these for you for what you've got out here. Oops, there's another one. So, I'll stick journal up there. Yeah, I'll put journal up there. And we'll put notes over there. There we go, that's that one done. Oh, I think my washi tape's gone a bit skew-wiff at the bottom here. Let's see what about that. Let's put you there, Mr. Notes. What's gone wrong here? Can you see it's gone off at a funny angle? I don't know if I can alter it though. Oh, I might be able to. Where did it go? There. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? I don't know why it sort of swung around like that. There. Quite a simple one, that. These need inking. Where's my inking paper? Here it is. That's that one. And I'll do this one as well. Pop you back in there. Pop you back in there. And these two I think are nice. That one might need something on it. That one doesn't. Might put a little flower. Excuse me, hiccuped. Do a little flower or a little butterfly. Those flowers without a stem might be nice. Sort of something like that. Oh yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? That's all it needs. That's all it needed. There. Right, let's think of our embellishment. Oops, nearly put it at the top there, like, 'cause I'm so used to embellishing. So we've got that strip there, that strip there. We didn't put one on that one, and we've got that strip there. So, I'm not going to put one on this one for two reasons. One, it's nice to leave the odd gap, and two, there isn't much space here. I mean, I do have some very thin ones, admittedly, which probably go there, but I'm not going to bother with this one. I am going to put a tiny embellishment on, though. That one's that one, that one's that one, that one's that one, that one's that one. Let's put embellishment over here. Time we went back over here, and we'll put a small embellishment in this corner. Nice butterfly, I think, would look good. That's that nice big brown one. That would look nice over there, wouldn't it? And maybe a little smallish label underneath it, maybe. Where are my small ones? Here they are. Yeah, a little one. Maybe something like that underneath. Yeah. Let's try the next size up, see how that fits. Oh yeah, that's nice. And then a little number, and we're done. That's that done. Excellent. I'm sorry if I keep sitting back. I have, as always, horrendous backache. Oh, that's not cut. I know you can't see that on the camera, I'm sorry. But I think us junk journalists, we sort of do a lot when it comes to detail. And everybody think, why is she, you know, why did they do that? But when you see the overall picture, the overall thing brought together, it then makes sense, you know, why we do these little bits and bobs. Or not, depending on your point of view, I guess. You have to be so politically correct these days, don't we, so nobody gets offended. Well, I wouldn't want to offend anybody anyway. Actually, talking of which, I'm just going to put it out there. I do feel for all our friends in the States at the moment, those of you who are having a bit of a rough time of it. I'm not going to go into the details. They know what's going on. I think the whole world knows what's going on. So just to let you know, our thoughts are with you. A lot of us sympathise. And I hope it sorts itself out soon, but it must be a very difficult way of living at the moment. So let's hope something like this perks you up, eh? That's what we need these things for, isn't it? A bit of escapism, a bit of nothing serious. There's nothing serious about this. It's just good old-fashioned fun. Fun. I am well aware that it's awful to live in a lot of places in the world at the moment. It's sad times. So let's enjoy things while we can. There, I like that. Just a little something. That's all it needed. Oh, I've got two on this page. I think I'll just stick a couple of bits on. Do I want a... No, I don't want to strip down. I'm going to put nice big fat notes on there, though. Yes, that's going to go on there. Because it was just sitting there begging to be used, so... Hey-ho. Let's use you. This is a card, this one. It's going to take a bit more glue. So just so you know, you're in our thoughts and prayers. There we are. That's nice. That adds a little bit of something, doesn't it? Do I want anything else on here? Let's try a few bits. Nope, that bird's not doing it for me. Something inside that frame would look nice, but it'd have to be very small, wouldn't it? Number? That looked quite good actually, but it's too big. I quite like that idea. I'm going to put that there. I was only messing around, but I quite like it. There you go. You can pop in there. Now, I'm not going to put some horizontal lines down because vertical lines down because we've got these two horizontals. Yeah, that page is done. She says Do I like that? Well, it's going to be a less is more job today. I'm not doing any more to it. Where are we? We're one. Oh, we're getting there. That is coming undone. Look, let's just do some gluing in there before it does. Let's repair that while we can. We don't want anything coming undone. There we go. Right, that one's done. That one's done. This is the one. Now, that's all done in there. Yep. And that's all done in there. I'm going to decorate something there. I'm going to decorate those, and they need inking. So, got quite a bit to do on these pages. I don't think we'll get this page finished because it's nearly time. But, keep going. For a bit. That's going there. This one doesn't have lines on, but they don't all have to have lines on. Next time I print something like this off, I'll have to remember to do a tail sheet on the back, won't I? Although I do make some of them into journal cards, I do like to have some just thin paper ones. I think it's nice. There we go, that's those two done. Bring you back here. Right, corners. 1, 2, There we are. Take this out of this one. The other one hasn't got one, so I think is my holder full? No, must just be getting blunt. That. Ink you up. I hope this hasn't been too boring for you. I mean, but it was what needed to be done next, so I did this next. And once I've got 2 or 3 more journals finished, I'll let you know when they're on Etsy. Let's put a little bit of something on these, just a tiny something. You're too big for there. You can go on there though. That's nice. Will you fit on here? Not quite. That's blue. I don't think I've got any blue in. Well, that's a sort of grey blue, but mug of coffee. No, I don't think so. Mushroom then. I must have some tiny mushrooms. Sure, I kept a couple of tiny mushrooms for a small tag. There we are. There's a tiny mushroom. There. That can go on there. A couple of strips of paper. Put some line around here. Here we are. Couple of strips of paper. Put you there. Yep. Let's glue you first. Just glue the end bit because I need the end bit on. Cut you off. Thank you. Sorry, I went quiet, didn't I? Concentrating again. Just got to show I do it occasionally. I do concentrate sometimes. So yeah. There's their dilly one. You know me. I do like to ground my flowers. It's nice to put mushrooms in for a change. I'm really enjoying this. I might have said that. I'm really enjoying this journal. That's not a very big piece, but I don't know that it needs to be a particularly big piece. No, that looks a bit weird. I'm not keeping that bit. Let's have something different then. Oh, here we go. Look, we've got this little bit hanging around here. A bit big. Let's cut that. Let's cut it there, and then I'm going to cut it again. Cut that bit there, and then I've got a line to follow here, so let's see if I can follow it. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. I don't always ground my mushrooms, but I just thought I'd done the other side, so why not do this side? Yeah, I'd done the other tag, I meant. So yeah, I hope you're looking forward to the next start to finish, and just said I would show you. I'm just going to leave them there because we're not going to finish this page, but I will put a couple of little labels on there, and then I might put something very simple like a label or something in the corner there because it's a very busy page. But this is what I was planning on doing. Let me just move this out the way. I haven't really got time for this, but I'll just do it real quickly. So I've got all my sizes, and what I'll do is as I do a section, I'll put those sizes on the description. And we're going to make one of these. I've shown you this right at the very, very beginning, so a lot of you won't have seen it. So it opens up, and it opens up, and it opens up. And it's got a refillable notepad. It's got loads of places to put receipts or card or whatever. Then we've got a small journal, which you could keep maybe for one thing. And then you've got a big journal. Again, plenty of writing space, loads and loads. That's not embellished at all. Right, and this one's not embellished at all. Here we have more writing paper over a flap, which is pinned there, so you can take a loose piece out. The back here we have lots of labels. Again, you could put writing paper in there. There's another one there that hasn't got one in, but there is another one there. And then, let's say that's a belly band type thing. One there. And then this one has a flap here with two labels in, two tags in, 2 journal cards there, and then we move it over. As I said before, we have the renewable pad there, big card here, envelope with a card in. There's a lot going on with this one, a lot of flips and flaps, and then there's a big one in there and a big one in there. Again, you could put whatever you wanted in them, and then it flips into there, flips into there, flips into there, and that closes it. And I put a piece of material over the spine just to make it look nice, and it ends up being quite thin, as you can see. Most of the embellishment is used in the pretty papers that I've layered over the top. The one I'm going to make is not going to be with this file folder. It's going to be with a lighter coloured file folder. So if you're interested in finding out how to make this, very usable item. You know, the same as the electronic tablet, except you can write things in it, really. And as I said, when I made this one, I wrote down, I've even written down the sizes of the tags and things to go in it, if you want to make tags. So that's what we've got. That's our next start to finish, and it will take a while, because I remember when I made it, it took me a while to make it. But it'll be all good fun. Where's my lid? It'll be good fun. So that's where we've got to today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'd like to thank you for joining me. I've gone just over an hour, I think, but it's a Saturday, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you on Monday for Mindful Monday. Take care, everyone. Bye.